Imagine closing your eyes and feeling the boundaries of your body slowly disappear until what remains is pure, radiant awareness. This is not fantasy, but an ancient experience of transcendence practiced by sages for thousands of years. In our modern world of constant motion and noise, this technique offers a gateway back to stillness, where the physical and spiritual merge into one luminous field of being. Inspired by the timeless wisdom of Deepak Chopra, this journey invites you to move beyond form and awaken the infinite light that is your true essence. The power of presence. Learn how conscious awareness transforms the physical body into a vessel of radiant energy and peace. The breath of illumination. Discover how rhythmic breathing dissolves tension and expands perception beyond the limits of matter. Becoming the light. Experience the ultimate state of unity where self and universe merge into a single field of divine brilliance. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Feel the air entering your body, nourishing every cell with life and vitality. Now imagine that this breath is not just oxygen but energy, a living current flowing through you. This is the starting point of presence. When you allow yourself to be fully here in this moment, the world begins to soften around you and something extraordinary begins to awaken within. Presence is not about doing, it is about being, about feeling the sacred pulse of life that beats quietly beneath the surface of all your thoughts. Many of us move through our days on autopilot, unaware of the power that resides in our awareness. We chase goals, solve problems, and seek validation, yet we rarely stop to feel the miracle of simply being alive. The power of presence asks us to pause, to return home to the body that carries us through this human experience. When you truly inhabit your body, when you listen deeply to its subtle whispers, you begin to sense that there is more to you than muscles and bones. You are a field of awareness temporarily shaped into form. In this realization, the boundaries of fear and limitation begin to fade. Presence is not something you achieve. It is what remains when you stop resisting life. It is the silence that exists before every word and the stillness that holds every movement. To feel the power of presence is to awaken to your divine essence. Imagine standing before a calm ocean at sunrise. The water reflects the golden light of the sun, and in that reflection you see yourself, not as a separate being but as part of that same light. This is what presence reveals. It dissolves the illusion of separation and brings you into alignment with the infinite intelligence that sustains all creation. When you enter the state of true awareness, your perception begins to shift. You start to notice the details of life that you once overlooked. The sound of your breath becomes music, the rhythm of your heartbeat becomes poetry, and the sensation of the air touching your skin feels like a blessing. In this space of expanded awareness, you realize that the body is not merely a physical structure, but a living temple of consciousness. The cells of your body respond to your attention. They thrive in love and they weaken in neglect. Every moment of mindful awareness sends a message of harmony to the entire system. The mind often pulls us away from this state. It distracts us with memories of the past and worries about the future. Yet presence calls us back, gently but firmly, reminding us that life is always happening here and now. When you bring your attention to the sensations within your body, you begin to dissolve the invisible walls of separation created by the mind. You start to feel energy moving through you like a river of light. This is not imagination. It is the deeper reality of your being. The body becomes lighter, freer, and more luminous when touched by awareness. There is a profound intelligence within every cell of your body. It knows how to heal, how to regenerate, and how to communicate with the universe. When you are present, you activate that intelligence. You align yourself with the rhythm of creation. Think of a musician tuning their instrument before a performance. Presence is your way of tuning yourself to the harmony of existence. When you are attuned, your actions flow effortlessly, your thoughts become clear, and your emotions find balance. This harmony is the natural expression of your being once the noise of distraction fades away. Every moment you spend in presence strengthens your connection to the infinite field of energy that sustains all life. You begin to sense that you are not separate from the air you breathe or the earth beneath your feet. You are part of a continuous exchange of energy and information with the universe. This awareness fills you with gratitude, and gratitude opens the door to even greater expansion. When gratitude flows through your heart, you radiate light, and that light has the power to uplift others. You become a beacon of peace simply by being fully awake. There is a beauty that arises when you stop fighting what is and allow yourself to rest in the flow of life. In this state, every experience becomes sacred. Even challenges carry hidden blessings, for they invite you to deepen your awareness. When you encounter pain or discomfort, bring your attention to it without judgment. Feel it fully, and you will notice that the moment you stop resisting, the pain begins to transform. Awareness is the alchemy that turns suffering into wisdom. It reveals that every experience is here to guide you toward greater wholeness. To feel the power of presence is to reclaim your natural state of peace. You no longer seek happiness in external things because you discover that joy is your essence. The mind quiets, the heart opens, and your energy begins to glow from within. People around you can feel this presence, even without words. It is a silent language that communicates love, trust, and serenity. When you walk into a room carrying this presence, others sense it immediately. They may not understand it intellectually, but their spirit recognizes it as truth. Deepak Chopra often speaks of awareness as the foundation of transformation. When you bring consciousness to your body, you awaken the intelligence of the universe within you. The cells of your being respond like flowers turning towards sunlight. They open, they breathe, and they begin to radiate light. You feel more alive because you are no longer fragmented. You are whole. This wholeness is not something you create. It is what you uncover when you stop identifying with the restless movements of thought and return to the stillness that has always been there. Presence teaches us that enlightenment is not a distant goal, but a natural state of being that unfolds when we let go of struggle. You do not need to travel to a sacred mountain or read endless books to find peace. You simply need to be here, in this moment, fully aware of the miracle that you exist. This realization is the seed of spiritual awakening. As you nurture it with daily awareness, it grows into a radiant expression of light that touches every aspect of your life. You begin to live not from fear, but from love, not from scarcity, but from abundance. With presence, even the simplest acts become sacred rituals. Drinking a glass of water becomes an act of gratitude. Walking becomes a meditation. Listening becomes a prayer. Every breath connects you more deeply to the divine source within. The power of presence does not demand effort. It invites surrender. It asks you to let go of control and allow life to move through you. In this surrender, you discover freedom. You realize that what you have been seeking outside has always been waiting quietly within. Presence is the light that shines through the cracks of our conditioning. It is the moment when you stop being the observer of life and become life itself. In this state, time slows down and every experience feels new and vibrant. The trees seem greener, the air feels softer, and even silence has a melody. This is the world seen through the eyes of awareness. It is not something mystical or unreachable, it is your natural perception once the fog of distraction clears. You are meant to live in this clarity, to see the divine reflected in everything you encounter. As you deepen your practice of awareness, you may begin to feel energy in ways you never noticed before. A warmth in your chest, a tingling in your hands, a gentle vibration flowing through your spine. These sensations are signs that your consciousness is awakening. They are the language of your inner light. The more you honor these experiences with attention and gratitude, the stronger your connection to that light becomes. Over time, you begin to feel less like a separate individual and more like an expression of a vast, luminous consciousness. In this state of presence, your body becomes transparent to energy. The boundaries between the physical and the spiritual dissolve. You begin to sense that the same force that moves the stars is also breathing through you. This awareness fills you with reverence for all life. You see beauty everywhere, even in imperfection. You no longer judge yourself or others, for you recognize that every soul is on its own journey of awakening. Compassion flows naturally from this understanding. It is not forced. It is simply the natural fragrance of presence. The power of presence transforms not only how you feel, but also how you create. When your actions arise from awareness, they carry a higher vibration. They are infused with clarity, love, and purpose. You stop striving and start flowing. Creativity becomes effortless because it is no longer coming from the limited mind, but from the infinite consciousness expressing through you. This is when your life begins to feel guided. You notice synchronicities, moments of grace, and unexpected blessings appearing with perfect timing. Presence also strengthens your relationship with others. When you are fully here, you listen without judgment, and people feel seen and valued. Your attention becomes a healing force. You no longer react impulsively because awareness creates a space between stimulus and response. In that space, you have the freedom to choose love over fear. This is how presence transforms not just your inner world, but the collective consciousness around you. Each moment of awareness you bring into the world contributes to the awakening of humanity. Do not underestimate the simple act of being aware. It is the most powerful force for transformation available to you. The more you practice, the more you notice that awareness is not confined to your body or mind. It expands beyond you, merging with the universal field of energy that connects all beings. This is where the illusion of individuality fades, and you experience yourself as part of something infinite. It is a feeling of boundless peace, a recognition that you are both the observer and the observed, both the wave and the ocean. The journey of presence is not about escaping the world, but embracing it with open eyes and an open heart. It is about living fully, feeling deeply, and loving completely. When you are present, even the smallest moments become gateways to the divine. The world around you reflects your inner state of awareness. The more you see through the eyes of presence, the more beauty and harmony you find. Life begins to feel like a dance of energy, and you are both the dancer and the dance. As this awareness deepens, fear loses its hold. You realize that nothing can truly harm the essence of who you are. The body may age, the circumstances may change, but the light of consciousness remains untouched. This realization brings an unshakable sense of peace. You no longer need to chase happiness because you have discovered the eternal source of joy within. The power of presence is the key to this liberation. It dissolves the illusion of limitation and reveals the vastness of your being. And so, as you breathe and feel this moment, remember that you are not separate from the light you seek. You are the light expressing itself through the miracle of human experience. Each time you return to presence, you dissolve a layer of illusion and come closer to your true essence. Let this awareness guide you, heal you, and awaken you. Feel your body, your breath, and your being merge into one radiant field of consciousness. In this stillness, you discover that you have always been free. Take a slow, deep breath and feel the air entering your body like a wave of light. Feel how it moves through your chest, expanding your heart, filling you with calm and clarity. Every inhale is a beginning, and every exhale is a release. Breath is the bridge between your body and your soul, between the seen and the unseen. When you breathe with awareness, you awaken the ancient rhythm of life that has been flowing through humanity since the dawn of time. This is the breath of illumination, the sacred current that dissolves tension and opens the gateway to pure awareness. Breath is not only a biological process. It is a sacred exchange between you and the universe. Each breath you take is a conversation with the divine, a gentle reminder that you are sustained by something greater than yourself. The air you breathe is not just oxygen. It carries the intelligence of creation, the same force that moves the stars and stirs the oceans. When you become aware of your breath, you align yourself with that intelligence. You begin to sense that every inhale is a gift and every exhale is an act of surrender to life's flow. In our busy world, we often forget the simplicity of breathing. We hold our breath when we are stressed and let it become shallow when we are anxious. But the moment you consciously take a deep breath, you begin to reclaim your power. You invite life back into your being. The act of breathing mindfully awakens parts of you that have been asleep, waiting for your attention. It invites your scattered energy to return home. The rhythm of the breath becomes a song that reminds you of who you truly are. Close your eyes now and imagine your breath as a golden light moving through your body. With each inhale, this light expands, washing away worry and fatigue. With each exhale, you release all that no longer serves you. This simple act has the power to change your state of consciousness. As the body relaxes, the mind becomes still, and your awareness begins to expand beyond the boundaries of the physical form. You begin to feel that you are more than a body breathing air. You are life itself breathing through form. When you observe your breath without controlling it, you start to experience the deep intelligence that lives within it. This intelligence knows how to heal, how to balance, and how to restore harmony to your system. You realize that your breath has always been your greatest teacher. It teaches you how to receive and how to let go. It teaches you patience, surrender, and trust. With every cycle of inhale and exhale, it whispers the eternal truth that everything in life comes and goes in its perfect rhythm. Through mindful breathing, you begin to dissolve tension held within your body. The shoulders soften, the jaw relaxes, and the heart opens. Each breath becomes a wave of energy washing through you, clearing away emotional blockages and mental clutter. As you breathe deeper, your awareness deepens. You start to feel an inner spaciousness, a sense that your consciousness is expanding beyond your physical boundaries. The edges of your identity begin to blur, and you start to merge with the vast field of energy that surrounds and sustains you. Breath connects you to the present moment more powerfully than any thought or intention. When you are with your breath, you cannot be trapped in the past or anxious about the future. You are here, fully alive, feeling the sacred rhythm of existence moving through you. This awareness of the present is where healing begins. The breath becomes a portal to stillness, to clarity, to inner peace. It is through this stillness that you begin to feel your energy body awaken, glowing with quiet brilliance. Imagine your breath as a river of light flowing through every cell, With each inhale, you draw in pure life energy, and with each exhale, you release density and darkness. This rhythmic flow creates a harmony within you that ripples outward into your surroundings. People around you can sense it, even if they do not understand it. Your calm presence becomes contagious. You begin to influence the world not through words, but through the energy that radiates from your being, an energy born from the awareness of your breath. Deepak Chopra speaks of the breath as a sacred doorway to higher consciousness. When you focus on it, you align with the eternal observer within you. The breath does not belong to the mind or the ego. It belongs to the infinite field of awareness that animates all life. By anchoring your attention in your breath, you begin to detach from the noise of thought. You move from doing to being, from chaos to serenity. This shift in awareness allows the light of consciousness to flow freely through your body. Breath also carries emotion. It responds to how you feel and reflects the state of your inner world. When you are calm, your breath is slow and steady. When you are angry or afraid, it becomes rapid and shallow. This means you can change your emotional state simply by changing the way you breathe. Slow, mindful breathing can dissolve fear, anxiety, and sadness. It opens the doorway to compassion, gratitude, and love. It is a tool of transformation that is always available, wherever you are, whatever you are facing. With each conscious breath, you are reminded of your connection to all living beings. The air you inhale has been shared by countless trees, animals, and humans. It has traveled across oceans and mountains, through forests and skies, carrying the essence of life. You are not separate from this vast web of existence. Every breath unites you with the entire planet. This realization fills you with reverence and humility. It awakens a deep respect for the sacredness of life itself. The breath of illumination reveals that energy is always flowing, always renewing itself. When you breathe with awareness, you become part of that dance of creation. Your body begins to feel lighter, as if made of light itself. The boundaries between you and the world start to fade, and you experience a sense of oneness that words cannot describe. You begin to see yourself not as a solid being, but as a wave of consciousness, moving in harmony with the ocean of existence. Breath is also the master key to awakening the energy centers within the body. As you breathe deeply into the base of your spine, you awaken the dormant energy that resides there. As that energy rises with each breath, it activates the heart, the throat, and the crown. You begin to feel your entire being vibrate with light. This process is not forced but guided by the intelligence of your breath. It happens naturally when you surrender to the rhythm of life and trust the wisdom of your inner flow. Through conscious breathing, you also learn the art of surrender. You learn that not everything needs to be controlled or understood. You realize that life is breathing through you, and your role is simply to allow. Each breath becomes a reminder that you are supported by something vast and loving. This surrender does not make you weak, it makes you free. It allows you to move with grace through challenges, to meet every experience with openness, and to find peace even in uncertainty. When you breathe deeply, your heart begins to open. The walls you have built around yourself start to crumble. You begin to feel emotions you may have buried long ago, and instead of resisting them, you allow them to move through you like waves. The breath helps you release pain, guilt, and regret, transforming them into compassion and wisdom. It teaches you that healing is not about erasing the past, but about bringing light to it. Every breath you take in awareness becomes an act of forgiveness and renewal. The breath of illumination is also a guide to self-discovery. It leads you inward, beyond the layers of identity and belief, into the silent core of your being. There you find the source of all peace and joy. you realize that you are not the thoughts that come and go, nor the emotions that rise and fall. You are the awareness that observes them all, steady and eternal. This realization is liberation. It is the awakening that every spiritual path points toward. And it begins with something as simple as breathing consciously. Breathing with awareness brings you into harmony with the natural world. You start to move in rhythm with the tides, the seasons, and the cycles of life. You feel connected to the earth beneath your feet and the sky above your head. The same energy that animates the wind and the waves is moving through you. This awareness gives rise to gratitude, and gratitude deepens your presence. You begin to live with a sense of wonder, seeing divinity in every aspect of existence. There is a point in deep breathing where you begin to feel weightless, as if your body is dissolving into the space around you. This is not imagination, it is the natural expansion of consciousness. As the breath deepens, your awareness grows wider, and you start to experience yourself as pure energy. Thoughts lose their grip, emotions soften, and you find yourself floating in stillness. This is the essence of the ancient technique of illumination. It is the moment when the boundaries between the self and the universe disappear. When you breathe in this state, every inhale feels like drawing light into your being, and every exhale feels like radiating that light into the world. You become both the receiver and the giver of divine energy. Your body becomes a vessel of light, your mind a channel of peace, and your heart a beacon of love. In this state, you no longer seek enlightenment because you realize you are already one with it. The breath has led you back to the truth that was always within you. Breath is the silent teacher that guides you to your highest self. It requires no effort, no belief, and no ritual, only awareness. Through its rhythm, it reveals the eternal dance of creation and dissolution that shapes all existence. You begin to see that life itself breathes you, that you are not separate from the flow of time and space, but an expression of it. The more you trust this flow, the more radiant your life becomes. You begin to live not in reaction, but in harmony. This journey through the breath of illumination is the path back to wholeness. It is the remembrance of your true nature as light and consciousness. When you breathe deeply and with awareness, you dissolve the illusion of limitation and awaken the divine presence within. The energy that once felt trapped begins to move freely, creating a sense of freedom and expansion that fills every moment with meaning. You realize that the simplest act, breathing, is the most sacred act of all. And so, as you sit in stillness, breathing gently, feel your body and your being becoming one with the rhythm of the universe. Feel every inhale as a return to life and every exhale as a surrender to love. This is the breath of illumination. This is the divine rhythm that has no beginning and no end. Let it guide you, heal you, and awaken you. In this eternal flow of breath, you are infinite, you are light, and you are home. Close your eyes and imagine for a moment that you are standing in the heart of pure light. It surrounds you, fills you, and shines through you. There is no separation between your body and the radiance around you. You are both the light and the space it illuminates. This is the essence of becoming the light, the sacred union where self and universe dissolve into one boundless field of brilliance. It is not a metaphor but a reality that can be felt, experienced, and lived when you awaken to the truth of who you are. From the beginning of time, human beings have sought to understand their connection to the cosmos. They have looked to the stars, to nature, and to the depths of meditation for answers. What they discovered again and again is that the divine they sought was never far away. It lived within them, pulsing in every heartbeat and glowing in every breath. To become the light is to awaken to this truth and to embody it in every moment of your life. It is to remember that you are not a fragment of creation but a living expression of the infinite source itself. This realization begins gently, like the first rays of dawn touching the surface of a still lake. You begin to feel something shift inside you, something subtle yet profound. Your thoughts become quieter, your breath softer, and your awareness wider. You start to sense the radiance that has always been present beneath the noise of the mind. This light is not something you must earn or create. It is who you already are, waiting patiently for your recognition. In that recognition, your world begins to transform. To become the light is to live in harmony with the flow of existence. It is to move beyond fear and judgment and rest in the natural rhythm of love and awareness. The light does not struggle to shine, it simply shines. Likewise, when you release resistance and surrender to the flow of life, your inner radiance begins to emerge effortlessly. Every experience, even those that seem dark or painful, becomes a doorway to deeper illumination. The light within you does not avoid the darkness, it transforms it into understanding. As this awareness deepens, you begin to notice that your body feels lighter. The heaviness of worry and doubt starts to dissolve. You feel energy moving freely through your being, connecting every part of you to a greater whole. This is the vibration of the universe itself flowing through you. You realize that the same force that powers the stars and gives life to the earth is also breathing through your veins. You are not a separate observer of life, you are life itself expressing as a human being. When you embody the light, your perception of the world begins to change. You start to see beauty where you once saw chaos. You find meaning in moments that once felt random. Every face becomes a reflection of divinity, and every encounter becomes an opportunity to share your radiance. The barriers between you and others fade, replaced by a sense of deep connection. Compassion arises naturally, not from effort but from understanding. You no longer see others as separate beings, but as sparks of the same eternal flame. There is a profound freedom that comes with this realization. You no longer need to chase fulfillment or validation because you recognize that everything you seek already lives within you. The light you discover inside yourself is not fragile, it is eternal, unchanging, and infinite. It cannot be diminished by circumstance or failure. It continues to shine even in the darkest times. This light is your true identity, your timeless self beyond form and name. Once you see it, you can never unsee it. Deepak Chopra often reminds us that enlightenment is not about becoming something new but remembering what we have always been. The process of becoming the light is not an addition but a revelation. It is peeling away layers of illusion until the pure radiance of being stands revealed. This radiance is the essence of consciousness itself. It has no boundaries, no beginning, and no end. It is the silent witness of every thought and emotion, and it is untouched by the passing storms of life. In this state of illumination, you experience the world differently. The mind no longer clings to stories of the past or fears of the future. It becomes a clear sky through which light flows freely. You begin to act not from reaction but from wisdom. Decisions arise naturally, guided by the harmony of your inner light. You stop trying to control life because you trust the intelligence that moves through you. This trust is the foundation of peace. It allows you to live each moment with grace and confidence. To become the light is to live with purpose, but it is not the kind of purpose defined by ambition or desire. It is the purpose of simply being what you are meant to be, an expression of divine awareness in human form. When you live from this space, your actions become guided by love. You uplift others not through effort, but through presence. Your words carry healing, your touch transmits calm, and your silence radiates understanding. You become a living reminder to others of their own inner light. The path to becoming the light begins with awareness but deepens through practice. Each breath, each thought, and each choice can be an offering to the divine within you. When you breathe consciously, you invite light into your being. When you speak with kindness, you express that light through action. When you forgive, you expand its reach. Slowly, the separation between your spiritual self and your everyday self dissolves. You begin to live as one integrated being, radiant and whole. There will be moments when the light feels distant, when doubt or pain clouds your perception. These moments are not failures, they are invitations. The darkness exists so that you can rediscover your radiance again and again. Every challenge is an opportunity to turn inward and remember the truth. The light within you never leaves, it only waits for your attention. Even a single breath of awareness can bring you back to it. In this way, every moment becomes sacred, every experience becomes a step toward awakening. When you begin to live from this awareness, your energy changes. People around you will feel it without you having to say a word. They will be drawn to your calm, your clarity, your quiet strength. You will become a mirror that reflects the light within them. This is the most profound service you can offer to the world, to embody your own divinity so fully that others remember theirs. The world does not need more noise or more struggle. It needs more beings who shine quietly, simply by being. The light within you is intelligent. It knows what you need before you ask. It guides you through intuition, through synchronicities, through the quiet voice of the heart. When you learn to trust this guidance, life begins to unfold with ease. Obstacles become teachers, and detours reveal hidden blessings. The universe moves in rhythm with your intention, not because you control it, but because you are aligned with its flow. This is the effortless grace that arises from living as light. As your awareness expands, you may begin to feel that the boundaries of your body no longer define you. You sense energy extending beyond your skin, merging with the space around you. This is the natural expression of consciousness awakening to itself. You realize that you are not confined to form, but are part of the infinite field of creation. The same light that glows in a sunrise and dances in the stars is the light that breathes within you. There is no difference between the two. This realization brings deep humility and joy. You begin to see that everything in existence is sacred. The ground beneath your feet, the air you breathe, the people you meet, all are expressions of the same divine source. When you live in this awareness, gratitude flows effortlessly. Every experience becomes a prayer, every moment a blessing. You no longer seek meaning because life itself becomes meaning. You live not as a seeker, but as a knower, as one who has remembered. Becoming the light also means embracing love as your natural state. Love is not an emotion, but the vibration of your true essence. It is the language through which the universe communicates. When you align with love, everything around you begins to harmonize. Conflicts dissolve, relationships heal, and your energy becomes magnetic. You attract experiences that reflect your inner radiance. You realize that to love is to create, to forgive is to expand, and to serve is to shine. In this state of illumination, even silence becomes profound. You begin to cherish stillness, not as emptiness, but as fullness. Within that silence, you can hear the pulse of life itself. You can feel the rhythm of the cosmos moving through your breath. Every sound, every sensation becomes part of a symphony of existence. There is nothing to fix or change, only to experience. This is the beauty of becoming the light. You move from resistance to acceptance, from seeking to being. The light you awaken within yourself is not personal, it belongs to all. When you shine, you help awaken the collective consciousness of humanity. Your vibration becomes part of a greater wave of transformation sweeping through the world. Each act of kindness, each moment of awareness, sends ripples across the field of creation. You may not always see the effects, but they are real. The universe responds to every spark of light, and together these sparks create the dawn of a new consciousness. As you live this truth, you discover that illumination is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding. There is no final point of arrival, only deeper and deeper levels of awareness. The more you open, the more the universe reveals itself through you. You become a vessel for divine expression, and your life becomes a masterpiece painted with light. Every challenge, every joy, every breath becomes part of this sacred creation. You are both the artist and the art, both the observer and the observed. To live as light is to live in trust. It is to know that even when clouds cover the sky, the sun still shines behind them. In moments of struggle or confusion, remember that your essence remains untouched. The storms of life may shake the branches of your being, but they cannot harm your roots. Your light is eternal. It does not flicker in the face of fear or loss. It remains steady, waiting for you to turn inward and see it again. In that remembrance, peace returns. And so, the journey of becoming the light is the journey of returning home. It is the sacred path of awakening, the recognition that you were never separate from the source. You are the light, you are the love, you are the consciousness that animates all things. When you live in this awareness, your life becomes a blessing to all who encounter you. You walk in the world not as a seeker, but as an embodiment of truth. The radiance you carry becomes your offering to life itself. Let your breath guide you back to this awareness now. Feel the warmth of your inner light glowing in your heart. Allow it to expand until it fills your entire being. With each breath, let it grow brighter, reaching beyond your body, beyond your thoughts, beyond time and space. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe remembering itself. You are the eternal light shining through every form. And in that realization, you are free. As we come to the end of this journey, take a moment to feel the stillness within you. Feel how your breath, your body, and your awareness have become one living field of energy and peace. You are not a separate being searching for light. You are the very light that brings life to all things. This truth has always been within you, waiting patiently for your recognition. When you live from this awareness, every step becomes sacred and every breath becomes a prayer. So carry this light with you wherever you go. Let it shine through your words, your actions, and your presence, and may it guide you gently back to the infinite source of love that you truly are.